Feed your girl child with good food, nourish her, nurture her, because tomorrow she's going to be feeding generations. She's going to be playing so many multiple roles. Role of a mother, a daughter, wife, sister, friend, a woman. And she is going to play the role with par excellence. Feed a girl child not just with good food, but with progressive thoughts. Thoughts of confidence, thoughts of education, thoughts of dreaming, thoughts of achieving those dreams. Become the air beneath her wings. Let her fly, let her achieve, let her dream, let her, set targets for herself. Make her achieve them. Give her positivity, give her life. Tell her she's born in a free world, a world where there's no inequality, a world where there's no injustice. Give her those thoughts. When I won MasterChef India, I thought everything is going to be so easy. MasterChef is such a prestigious global brand, and everything is going to fall my way. But very soon, I was introduced with reality. The reality of real life, real challenges, real people. And that I realized when, I was in talks with a brand, a very well-reputed brand in India. And they were in talks for a new campaign. We were deciding on ideas and what we were going to do and things like that. The talks went on for like 3 months. Of course, I was so engrossed that I was giving my best. And one day I got a call and they said, Shipra, we're really sorry. We are looking for a male chef. And I was frankly taken aback. I was thinking to myself, that's such a big brand and such a primitive thought process. So does that mean that my gender is coming in way of my progress, my career, my growth? Just because I'm a female. I delved into it. And according to statistics, women are paid lesser than men for doing the same job. So does that mean that we pay seeing the gender? So if you're a woman, you're paid less? It doesn't, really click with my sensibilities. Anyways, it happened with me with not just one brand, but two of them. So I was very convinced that gender is coming in my way of growth. Anyways, I did not take that rejection. I took it as a redirection. It was not going to hold me back. I was consulting for my first restaurant. And there, when I was in the kitchen, and of course, I was heading the staff, and all my staff was male. They were men. They were male members. And there was one very elderly gentleman, and he looked at me, no matter how sweet and, really sweet I was, because firstly, he was elder to me. He's a chef, so he's been there doing, he's been there, he's been in the job for so many years. And his face, I can still see it. He looked at me and it was like, I'm not going to take a female boss. And I didn't know how to react, because this is how it was. There were no women in the kitchen. There were no chefs in the kitchen. So when a woman walks in, everybody, like the chefs, don't know what to do. It was kind of strange. Now things are changing. I'm glad they are. But, I was with a couple of my friends and we were just talking, and these friends of mine, they are brought up in an environment where men and women, or girls or boys, are not discriminated. They're brought up in like an equivalent manner. And when I was chatting with them, I realized that my thought process is so different than theirs. And that is when I came to the conclusion that your conditioning is what you are today. What you are today is purely dependent on how conditioned or how you were conditioned when you were a child. And to my surprise, if you see, most of us have heard that, oh, he's your brother, give him a glass of water. Oh, you're a girl, sit properly. Hey, behave like a lady. Oh, girls don't do that. Girls don't go out in the night. Look at the hour. You can't wear this. I mean, I'm sure you must be hearing all this every now and then. But what is causing it? It is us. It's not one person who's going to change it. It is us. It is this generation now who is completely, we are into digitization. The world is on a click of a button. And here our thought processes are so primitive that when we are telling our children about we discriminate at home, the inequality starts with conditioning. When you say that your brother is different than you, that is where you're making men be inferior and girls be a weaker sex of society. Today we crib about, we have so many movements coming up. Whatever you want, just go win it. No matter what it is, whether it's sports, whether it's, whether it's cooking, whether it's politics, anything, just be there for your children, treat them equally and condition them that this world is really beautiful. It's made to an extent where there's no inequality. And that is what I expect from this generation. All these, India is a young country. We are below 30, maximum or 60% of us are below 30 years. And of course, those, I think conditioning is one thing that would really make a big difference in our society. A very, very young age. Here, supposedly, you have like a son or you have a daughter at first. The parents will always try to have another kid. Perhaps it can be a boy. But if it turns out to be a girl, they will perhaps try again for a boy. And the third time, when there's a girl again, the father says, oh yes, women empowerment. Well, what about, when you had your first daughter and if you didn't try for a son, you wouldn't have had a second daughter. Or if you had a son, this woman empowerment would completely change into inequality. You would give things to your son if you have limited means. You will not give it to your daughter. But I think even if you're educating and if you have few means to educate your children, educate your daughter. Because she's going to be educating generations to come. And she's going to be there as a pillar. Because no matter what, women are definitely stronger than men. Just that we have to bring it out in them. I'm in a profession which is completely male dominated. I had not seen a women chef when I came into this profession. And internationally also when they see like a woman from India, that to a chef, they have a different perspective of India, which is beautiful. I feel so proud. And that is what I want to bring in each and every girl, that you can do it. You can do it no matter what. Just put your mind and your strength to it. You will definitely be better than the rest. And it is always about being better. It's not competition. It's just to yourself that you can do it. And that has to come in our conditioning. The child has to be conditioned to be taught